Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy that springs for the good stuff.
16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Get the edge.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Set 90 Wolf. Mike, you got nothing to run. You got nothing. 5.
On 3rd down, McKee. Wide open receiver complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Here we go! AARRREE! Come on, the ball!
Now Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they'll get it all the way up up about 5 yards shy of midfield. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gill. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now this throw caught left side. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well. They weren't real happy with how they were.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I'm going to hit you all day.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 12 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
60 Pittsburgh. They're not ready for this, man.
To throw on third down. McKee. Able to find Conley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, McKee. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Off the play fake. McKee. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson, looking for the end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score, and the Falcons have taken the lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Come on, set. 10 logo.
It's out time, guys. It's out time. What's the
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Turn up. Kill.
Ready?
No gain on the dump-off. It's second down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Get it.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
That's a takeaway. And that's a takeaway. That's how the defense score points.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Jackson on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Now Jackson throwing again. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Let's go.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a first and 10. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he shows some mobility there, getting outside the tackles, moving to the right, making a nice play.
Yeah, he had the whole field in front of him and was able to actually throw it back where he was looking, right? He said he moved to the right, had his vision there, and put a nice pass into the end zone for a touchdown.
So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. Operating for the gun. McKee out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And the Seahawks on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 11. Back to throw. McKee, that's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. Looking to throw on second down. McKee caught here by Conley. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw. McKee. And he's got his man on the out route. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Quick pass to the outside, caught by Conley. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. This is Coleman with the ground. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there at 22.
On the ready.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, McKee. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them the lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. To try again after the sack. Jackson, and some room to work. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Yeah, he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter.
53 is the mic. Hey, man,
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number there. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Throwing on first down. McKee. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This one complete to Coleman. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. McKee. The Cowboys got it over the middle. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Looking to throw. McKee. That's caught. It's Coleman. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, what a move. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay, but in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 33 yards that time. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From just shy of midfield, Jackson. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jackson. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. A try here for the extra point.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Check 53. Check 53.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Ready?
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I can't believe they let you play.
To throw on 2nd down. McKee completes it to Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 14 in the Seahawk first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McKee. Throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. 2nd down and inches. The quick slant caught. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you got to
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
2nd and 9 now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so ramped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell them to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. He's got his man on the crossing route. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
From the gun. McKee. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Get it.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeout in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They'll run it again with Smith. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Throwing now is Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burns. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down on the scoreboard. 1:38 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down.
Reed.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Go.
On 1st and 10, McKee. Wide open receiver, complete. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, McKee. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Back to throw. McKee. It's caught by Coleman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
This is caught. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go. 10-2 start.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Snap.
Operating from the gun, McKee. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.